Okay. Cal, we knew it would be a tough test. They play really good defense. We thought, they've been more man-to-man. They've probably been 90% man-to-man on the season. They came out and they played a matchup zone. We took our rhythm out of the offense. We held it against all the problems that we were having before. And had to call a couple timeouts to try to, give our guys something to go to. They also, with that being said, we needed to create offense of rhythm, and that's where our defense leading into transition and rebounding. And we were getting pounded on the glass. I think it was 18-4 in the paint in the first half. Got to give Cal a lot of credit there. In the second half, we just challenged them to be tougher. We had to rebound. We had to win the 50-50 balls. And for the most part, in their matchup, we just got to move it like it's man-to-man. Don't think a zone or anything. Just we're going to run our stuff. We got to get better ball movement. We got to get into the paint. And I think we were in the second half 28 to 18 in the second half. So that's one of the things that we wanted to do. Still wasn't easy. Missed foul shots. Missed some layups. But really proud of our guys down 6 with a minute to go. Stayed resilient. Made the plays we needed to make to get it into overtime. Noah and Brooksy made some big-time plays. Jamal Bay, we had our small lineup in there. We were going defense-offense. Not small, but like defense-offense. They were able to get a stop. Manyfield on offense. And we found a way to win. And in this league, just finding ways. It wasn't pretty, but we showed a lot of resiliency. And really happy for that.
How much conversation did you have about your turnovers? It seemed like you just, at some point in time, said we can't have any turnovers, and any time about turnovers.
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing, what was happening, Percy, we were throwing it away in transition, like where we had numbers, and we just got to be more focused. One of the other things too that a lot of people don't really realize is, we played Thursday night, and you're coming right back on a 3 o'clock game. And in this league, sometimes you play against teams that have had 2 days, and you could tell, like, our energy levels, especially the first of the game, just wasn't there. And that's another thing, too. On 1 day prepare, quick turnaround. Proud of the guys, how they fought, especially in the second half. But turnovers were definitely, oof.
On Thursday, Noah didn't look right, and he didn't play very many minutes. And today, he's 35 and a half minutes and 10 to 15, 2 points. So what was the difference?
Activity, making plays, gives us toughness. He's like I said, the last game, if he could play on one leg, he would. And my biggest thing in the last game was his health. But he moved well. We got a great training group, doctors that work with him. And, we needed him at the end. He was able to get into the paint. He was able to get to the foul line, make some shots around the basket, hit a couple timely threes, which were big. And so, the one thing about Noah is he's going to fight. And that's what we needed tonight.
You guys were down 10 in the second half, about 10 minutes up, and it felt like, all right, if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen now. What did you say to your team? Have you said anything? And just how did you guys?
A big thing, Percy, was we started going into man. We went small. We just started changing it up. We needed to create energy. We wanted more possessions. We need to also generate sometimes energy. So that man-to-man, you get guys like Corin Johnson and Minnie and Jamal. They hurt us a couple times, but for the most part, it got us going, I thought. For the most part, got them to maybe take a quick shot, get to the end of the shot clock and take a quick one, and that got us in transition. And we did a better job. But there was one play that we did it in back-to-back games where we got it, Manyfield had it, and just skipped it, and Corin came to that jump stop and hit the three. Like, when we are in that's how we got to play. That's when we're at our best, and it starts with our defense and that. But it was our man-to-man switching back to zone, man-to-man switching back to zone that I thought kept them uncomfortable, kept them guessing on what we were doing, and it allowed us to get some extra possessions and get down the court and score.
I mentioned to Key on Thursday, you guys just seemed, after the little bit of a lull at the beginning of the game, guys started attacking more on offense and were playing faster. And didn't see you guys play as fast today. What was the difference?
To play fast, you got to defend and get rebounds. Like, that's the thing. What people don't understand is if you're forced to play in the half court, depending on, teams, that's, what Arizona State did to us. They just started like getting stops and then just running. And that's what we were able to do, our transition points against Stanford. And another thing too, there was a couple times in the first half we weren't advancing the ball against Stanford. As soon as we got it, it was like pass, and we were in transition. That's what we got to keep doing. But you're right, Kim. That's the pace of it. But it starts on the defensive end. We didn't turn them over like we did the other night. They've done a good job. They're tough. They're missing their point guard, Askew, and then they started winning. They got the kid, the kid Clayton, point guard. He's been playing out of his mind for them. A freshman for them, Grant Newell, played great today for them. They're a dangerous team. They've hit 16 threes against Stanford. They're starting to believe. They've always played good defense. And gosh, it wasn't pretty for us, but we found a way.
Hey, how is this team like a good shot blocking team, even without Frank?
Gosh, Braxton, he had two big ones where he just changed it at the end. But, Keon Brooks can block shots. He's coming out on that weak side. They're still learning the forward position where there's a rotation and a block. Jamal Bay, I thought, had a rotation today and got a steal, which was huge for us. That was his veteran part of the game. Noah still needs reps. But it's usually, on this, Brooksy, Corin Johnson has a little bit of Thibault, came back from behind when they were shooting and blocked it from behind. He's as disruptive as a player as we've had since Tease. He just has great instincts. In his former life, I think he was a world championship boxer. He's got the best hands of anybody I've seen. He's just got quick hands, fast, lightning.
And he's in there at the end and needed to make some big foul shots at the end. How comfortable are you with having like freshmen in that spot?
Well, it's interesting. He's a freshman year-wise. He is a senior in terms of confidence and belief. It would be like one of those practices, Percy. This was probably, a couple weeks ago, and we went long. And we had to do a lot of running, and we were doing it. And I said, everybody on the line again. And they had that look on their face like, if you ever saw the movie Miracle, and they kept saying, again. And they're all looking at it, and I said, who can make foul shots? Who can make foul shots? And if you can make these two foul shots, you're out of here. And he was like, tired, young, but he is confident, he is fearless, and he is willing to take the big shot, loves to take the shot. Made a big three tonight, going back-to-back with 15 points. In this conference, it's pretty hard to do.
He was a bully down in the paint, and he had 10 rebounds, 26 points, and he said you challenged him at halftime.
Yeah, I think he only had one rebound at halftime, or two. They were kicking our butt, and he just, he's took over the game. It's funny. Everybody knows where it's supposed to go at the end of the game, and it's going to him, and he wants it. He made. Did he make both those foul shots late? Yeah, he's just, that's what it takes to win. Your top guys have to show up and perform, and he did it. And this is going to be the first time that we've had a Sunday off, because we've played, we've Sunday. And so for our players and doing that, and just so excited for the road trip coming up. We got some good stuff going, and we're excited. What are you guys going to do today?
Watch some MMA later.
Oh, I like that. Teixeira's fight tonight, right? Clover?
Yeah.
How about you, Percy?
Head down to Portland.
Love it?
Yeah.
Love it.
For some Trailblazers.
Who do they play tonight?
Dallas. Luka.
Will you tell Jeremy Grant, will you go in the locker room after?
So they play tonight, and tomorrow they play Dallas both nights. So, okay, go ahead.
Jeremy Grant plays for Portland. Go up and say, listen, I was with this guy, this crazy guy. His name's Mike Hopkins. And he said that, you're the softest player he's ever, he'll laugh. No, that's my guy. Just say, I was with Mike Hopkins there. He told me to say hello. He's a sweetheart, Percy. When I tell you one of the greatest humans on the planet. But have a great weekend. Safe travels, buddy. Okay?